have with us here Sister Priscilla, who is going to be our guest. Then we shall be following and watching her. Right. I'm not able to see ourselves yet because we have to watch ourselves.
Ah.
We are live. All right. Greetings, dear friends. Greeting all viewers. Thank you so much for coming. We are still setting up some few things here as we are beginning. And please, you can share to your friends, share to different people so that we see what's going on with us. We have our special guests. Sister, she will introduce ourselves. And just before we go on, just enjoy some music as we are letting up. We don't need something to happen. So thank you so much. We just enjoyed it. Thank you so much for coming, and we have our guests. And the aim of this vocation story, maybe if you're interested to join any religious, don't feel like. Thank you so much.
After 3 years, concerned about me, about others, he will ask. My mother told me, for him, he's a priest, of the Lord. That's why he's concerned about others' needs. So, drawing from there, I saw a caring person, and I was like, well, I future. So I talked to my mother and I told her, Mom, can I also be like father? Because I was really young. I was four years. Can I also be like Father George William? And my mother said, well, you can be, but you will not be a priest because you are a lady. You will be a sister if you want. So I always kept that in my mind. All the people who came across me would ask me, what do you want to become when you grow up? And I would tell them, I want to become a sister. But really, I had not encountered a sister at that age. Then at around 7 years, to go back home. By this time round, when I joined Sacred Heart Primary here, that is making me feel at home. Well, and they were influential. So, studying was fun. Being in a boarding school was fun. I had other mothers at school, those that took care of me. To someone, and I was like, I feel interested. Not really interested, but I felt whenever I went to the chapel, I felt different from when I was in other things. Like if we were playing, that was different because I was a child. But when we were praying, I was like, I feel I don't want to go out. What is this? What is unique that is here? And of course, teachers get I received First Holy Communion. I also received my confirmation in the school, Sacred Heart Primary School. Cham Sansala. And but of course, as a child, I didn't know the procedures, and I think I was shy. We always had a person come to talk to us about what we want to. Father Michael Senfuma came to school and he talked to what somebody can do, following up your dream. And I remember everybody would stand up and say, I want to. So that time, you would feel out of place to become a sister amidst the P7 candidates of that year, you can remember. Everybody came up and said, when I grow up, I want to become a doctor, I want to become a nurse. They would, okay, my teachers, some of them say, wow, you followed up your dream. So after writing in the journal book that I wanted to become a sister, I kept on thinking about it. That was primary 7. I was approaching the final exams. I sat for my exams, but even during the vacation at home, I always felt close to God. Like I wanted to go to church. My mother was very serious. We don't leave you at home. You had to go to church. But even though, not only because my mother told me, but I felt now within me, I felt closer. I wanted to be near really the church, doing too much of service for others. And when I joined my secondary school, the dream was not really too much. I didn't feel concentrating on it as I was in primary, because this was a school administered by a lay person. We went to church, we had masses weekly, but as you know, secondary school, there are so many things that go on, and also you cannot tell people or the students that you want to become a sister. So it was within me. I kept quiet and I just acted normal, like anyone in the school. Then I joined, after my secondary school, I joined college. That was in the Ndegeya PTC. In Ndegeya PTC, there is freedom, kind of freedom. So I remember we always had morning mass. And after mass, we had a special prayer group that remained behind. And this was done throughout the first year and the second of college. We were having the praise and worship after mass. Though the rest was singing, myself, I was still concentrating on, and I had a voice, like an inspiration, say, you are man, to the sisters, like to join. But as you know that it is not always clear. I had a friend, by now she's a sister, she's Sister Namuli Stella, the DM, Sister Stella, non-sister Stella. I feel like those words were very heavy because I didn't know who a vocation promoter is. Young girls or ladies who are interested in joining religious. When she asked me, but now you must know which congregation, you want to join. Because for her, she was already aspiring to the
Mention, like Father William, and something which touched me mostly is the impact, but not much.
Yes.
But being now,
Yes.
Among the religious,
Jesus cannot leave me alone. It is commonly sung here.
yes,
Jesus cannot leave me alone. It is commonly sung here. Jesus cannot leave me alone. It is commonly sung here.
Gospel songs. God can communicate to us in
of my mind. So I,
Becoming official aspirants.
yes.
Now you start a vocation journey. How is it for you from that point one, from starting being in under the roof of the Sacred Heart to today? How is it?
Yeah, now maybe from then I became more serious and committed, and actually I made my first commitment or first vows 28th December 2021. And since I made my vows, for sure I have not looked back, and I feel still it is a journey of discernment because I had to renew my vows 2024. But before then, I prayed and I was like, am I doing the right thing? Is this where I want really to be? And I remember I had a retreat with one of our sisters. I prayed about proper discernment. Like I wanted to make really the good decision, and a decision that would not affect me some years to come. This is where I want to live. So I prayed, and during that moment of my retreat, I had a dream that I was with my mother and my sister at home, and we were walking. And in that dream, when we were walking with my mother, I just heard a voice, or it, as I tell you, it is a dream, you don't know who is speaking, but a voice said, "You are the one I want." I was like, "You are the one I want." So when I woke up, as you know, you meet the person journeying with you in the retreat, and I told the person, "No, I had this dream that I am the one they want, or he wants. I don't know." Then the person was like, "Whose voice do you think that is?" So I had to again think about whose voice do I think. And of course, having been in a retreat and knowing where I am, I knew that it was the voice of the Lord. And for me, this was an affirmation, a confirmation of what I was praying about. Because I was praying for proper discernment, to know whether I really belong here or this is where the Lord wants me. And when I heard that voice, it was an assurance, it was a confirmation. And I mean, I have been encouraged by my formators, but also I have prayed personally and I've consulted different people, and I know, or I believe, I am assured that the Lord wanted me here.
So you are very much assured, and thank you so much for that assurance. And we thank really the Sacred Heart Sisters for making Sister Priscilla to feel assured, because sometimes also the community members can also make you feel that when you come, maybe the second part, so I will take some challenges which you find, and how did you, or how do you overcome them. So my dear followers, as we continue really to discern for our vocation, we need people around us. And of course, as you have heard, sister did not come from heaven to the Sacred Heart. She had a journey, and I'm sure even some days she slept without food. She had to go to school. She had to, I'm sure, to listen to the parents. All those things, it becomes part of us. That's why you see is a vocation story. So you who are willing to join religious life, focus on your education, in your studies first, because I've not seen a religious man or woman who is dedicated. Almost, especially in the Catholic Church, I've not seen. Maybe other denominations or other religions or whatever. But in the Catholic Church, a religious man or a woman, you must study and you must pass well. So if you're interested, please check in your results. Then we'll see later. And they also come from a family, and the family, they play a big role. And it doesn't matter if you live with your parents or with your guardians or with anybody. God can call you from anywhere. Because the number of questions I've seen also here, one of asking in the questions that if my parents are not married in the church, can I still become? Sister will answer that one. Um, but now, before we go to the questions of the people, some are asking, are there some challenges? Because it seems everything is really very much assured, and it's like, wow, this is a beautiful life. It's like heaven already. Are there some challenges? But we don't focus on challenges, but at least are there some one or two you can really point out so that it may strengthen those who feel like religious life is just a walkover.
Okay, thank you, Father. Well, I don't know whether they are challenges, whatever I will call them, but sometimes you have to do what you didn't want to, or you have to do, as we call it, God's will through your leaders, your formators, and sometimes it is not pleasing to you, but that is what has to be done. So I don't think I won't call it a challenge, but it has been there. That sometimes you feel your own will is suppressed, and then you have to do somebody else's will,
That's very
of
true.
which we believe that that is God's will.
Yeah, because of course there is no way you can make this kind of, how do you call this, when you put chapati and the egg together, you call it what?
Rolex.
Rolex. There's no way you can make a Rolex without breaking an egg. You must break an egg so that you make a good Rolex. So sometimes when sister said her own will is suppressed, it's not to suppress her, but to make the better of her to come out.
Yes.
Because if an egg remains like that tender, nothing good can come out of it, but you have to break it. And of course with gentleness, because if you break it very difficult, you may lose both the egg and the inside. So you have to be gentle. So as you realize, she found it difficult to call it a challenge, but it's another way of growth, as we call it.
Yes.
That's the way of us to grow. So challenges are there, but it depends how you take them. If you take them as a challenge, then it will break you down. But if you take it as a way of growth, then you'll be willing to grow. Now, sister, this is a question of this young lady. I don't know where she asked this question from, but she's saying, if you're not married, if your parents are not married in the church, can you still become a sister?
Yes, because these days, vocation, the different congregations concentrate on your calling, because this is not your parents' calling, this is your calling. And if you are ready and willing, I don't think your parents being not married in church can prevent you from being a religious, because this is your own vocation, this is your life. You are not living your parents' life.
Okay. Thank you so much. I hope you have got your answer. And the same thing applies to us, Mill Hill. If your parents are not married, not you yourself, if you are married, then you are not allowed to enter. But if your parents are not married in the church, you can still come and talk to us, then we'll see how is it. Because as I said, it's your calling, it's your vocation, not of your parents. Of course, we also have to look where you come from, because the parents play a big role, or the guardians play a big role for your growth. Because sometimes if you did not receive really a good motherly or parental care, you may become a chaos to the congregation. So we have to look into that, and we see what God is planning for you. Because there is no way, I believe God can call you without preparing you. Because as Isaiah says, God always prepares for us before we were born. And all that makes us to be what we are today. So sister is a Sacred Heart sister, and you see her contacts then there. Any young person who is willing to join them, you are most welcome. You can call that number, or you can also call me. Then we see how we can help you. And here we are talking about vocation story. It's not only limited to us, the Sacred Heart and Mill Hill. Any congregation, if you're interested to them, let us know, and we see how we can link you to that congregations. And we finished sister's vocation journey, and one day she will tell also about her faith and all the rest. So we thank you so much, and we thank the leadership of the Sacred Heart Sisters for allowing her to share this moment, which is beautiful. And the purpose of this, we remind you again, is to promote vocation. For those who will be feeling like I'm called, but I don't know where to start, I'm called, but my parents are not married. I'm called, but I'm still in university. All those things, that's why we come to you to share with you. And if you are also interested, your family members interested, just share with them this video and they can learn something from this. And we still have many people and many young people to share with so that we can reach to many young people who are interested, as many as possible. I don't know, you have something to say to end before we go?
Yeah, I think what I can say to very many young people out there, some people are not sure. Like, of course, no one is sure, as you have heard different vocation stories. You are not sure whether what you are doing is right, but along the way, you get different experiences that can affirm and confirm that maybe what you are doing is what God would like of you. So some people stay behind and they're like, can I manage? But I have already been here. As long as you feel that is what is going on within you, share with someone if possible. If you feel confused, many people are confused but they don't say. They end up living a life, because I have met many who would say, if I had not yet given birth to this child, I don't think I would. So like you are progressing in different kinds of lives, but maybe if you had sought guidance at an early stage, you would have been helped. So I want to encourage those who seem confused and they're looking for guidance. Reach out to different people around you. They could be your lecturers at university. They could be your parish priest or the priest in the parish, the sisters around, even your parents, teachers, anybody you think can help you. Please reach out so that you don't make a decision that you will regret after some time.
So maybe just since I wanted to forget, someone I've seen a question coming in there before we go. That why are the sisters working in Uganda? How can I reach them? One way is that through that number, but we don't know where you are. But sister, are there some communities near wherever you can tell to people in Uganda? Where
Yes.
those places?
The Sacred Heart Sisters in Uganda, actually, this province, as for now, is called Kenya, Uganda, Kenya province. So in Uganda, Kenya, you can find us, in Uganda specifically, you can find us in Masaka Diocese, in Sacred Heart Primary School, Cham Sansala, and St. Charles Rwanga Girls Training Center, Kalungu. That is in Masaka. Then in Kampala Archdiocese, you can find us in Gaba after the seminary, Gaba Seminary. We just slope, there is our community. You can also find us in Imbuya. There is a provincial house in Imbuya near the barracks. Then in Lugazi Diocese, we are in Mbiko. We administer school, St. Bernadette Primary School, Nachibizi. And yeah, we have our formation also here. Then in Moroto Diocese, you can find us in Nawoi Parish and Kangole Girls Secondary School. So that is where we are.
That's good. So at least you know the points where to find them. If you are still confused, please just get to this contact, and I insist, please use this contact if you need about vocation, not to ask for school fees, not to disturb sister. Please, you'll be praying, and when you are calling, call as a gentle person so that she may also be good to you. And for myself, the contacts are always on YouTube account, and you reach to me anytime. Thank you so much, Sister Priscilla Tusasibwe. That name has some meaning, or?
Yes, the name has a meaning. Now, drawing you to the etymology of my name, when I was born, I was following 6 boys.
Okay.
And it seemed my mother had longed for a girl.
A girl.
So she was like, God has had mercy on me.
So you are the first girl.
No, I'm not the first girl, but I'm the last girl.
Okay.
After the first 2, then there came boys. So after them, I came in.
Came in, okay.
So that's why they named me. Actually, it was supposed to be Tusasibwe. But, of course, as you go to school, the teachers change it
Modify.
somehow. Yes.
Oh, God.
So I ended up Tusasibwe.
So anyway, thank you so much, sister. We really appreciate, and thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, sister, for availing this precious time. We really appreciate, and thank you to all those who have been commenting and appreciating also this. We really appreciate. Thank you to the Sacred Heart sisters. Thank you to the Mill Hill and all the Vocation in Uganda, as we call them, Dava. So all the members of Dava, thank you so much for also being part of this. And I know the vocation directress of Sacred Heart Sister, Sister Immaculate.
Yes.
She likes talking about AMSAS. Let's call that. Where is she in Masaka?
Chamsasa.
Chamsasa, whatever it is. So she might be listening to us. Thank you so much. One day you also appear here. So we thank everyone for being part of us. God bless you and have a blessed
When I remember what you've done for me, my heart's leap for joy. There's none like you. When I remember that you died for me, my heart's leap for joy, for there's none